So we're about 5 minutes north of Birch, Missouri. Right now we're in Shannon County. We're on our way to take a look at a really large piece of property. I've only been out here one time, so I'm excited to see it. From Birch Tree, we went north on the paved road. I can't remember what it is, but we'll show it on the maps. We went north on the paved road out of Birch Tree, 2.5 miles. We stayed north on a gravel road, which is Shannon County 459. We went about a mile and the road split. Came to a Y in the road. We went left at that Y, and that's where we find ourselves. So from going left at that Y, we'll go about half a mile and we'll see the property on the right side of the road. This is a county maintained road, county road, so you're going to have good access all year. You'll be able to get to this property in any type of vehicle. Now once we get to the property, a truck or a four-wheeler or a side-by-side probably to get around. There's probably trails on this property. I haven't been out here to really explore it. Like I said, it's a big one. This is not a little property you look at in 5 minutes. You're gonna have to spend several days to explore this property. It's large. Yeah, we should be getting close. I don't know if the guys have marked this yet or not, but I know, judging by the trip meter, that we're getting pretty close to the property. Awesome area for wildlife, white-tailed deer and wild turkey for sure. We're only a few miles from where the state of Missouri has released an elk population. Oh, and I'm going to stop here because this property was logged about 2 years ago. And here you can see the definite evidence of that. Now it wasn't clear cut. They did leave some trees. But this view you see here, this is, I guess, what I would call the worst of it. It's going to take a couple years before that starts looking good again. I believe it's been about 2 years since this was logged. It was bright and sunny on the way out here, and now it's cloudy. Out in there we've got a power line. That's a good deal. So we're looking at the property. It's going to be obviously on the right side of the road as we go west here. And again, this is what I would call the ugly part of the property. You can see a few dead trees. You've actually got a really nice view off to the north here, but it could be cleaned up to be improved. You've got a power line right there, and it's not a high line. It's a normal power line, so you can tap into that. Phone would be at the county road. Again, everything you see on the right is the property. Oh, that looked like that might have been a little trail back there. Okay, well, I'll just keep going. We'll see what comes up. So a ton of county road frontage, and then the property goes back to the north, basically, maybe a little northeast. And you can see this is a hard packed gravel road. This is a good gravel road. There's that power line again. If you've ever paid to get power onto a property, then you'll appreciate the importance of the power line. This is a pretty nice cleared area right here. I didn't notice this last time. And we've got some good views off to, I guess it'd be the east, except for that dust that I just kicked up. It's catching up with me now. I'm gonna hop out here for just a moment. Ugh. I mean, there's a few trees that personally I would cut down because I just like the kind of expansive view. But that's going to be a really, really pretty view in a couple weeks when these leaves start to change colors. This is a nice spot right here. It needs to be mowed, obviously, with the brush hog. And let's just keep going and see if we get lucky and find a trail here. One of the guys told me he thought there was a pretty good trail on this property. Getting a little hot in this truck, so I had to kick on the air. I'm hoping that's not too loud in the video. I'll just leave it on for a minute and get cooled off. And now we're coming up to what looks like a big clearing, and this could be where that trail was. There, we'll shut that off. Yeah, here we've got a nice big clearing. Again, property continues on the right. And I'll pull into this clearing, then I'll shut the truck off, and we'll kind of maybe go on foot for a few minutes. So here we've got a large cleared area. They might have used this as what's called a landing when they were logging it. And if that's the case, there'll be some cleanup to be done. But you really won't know until you get a brush hog out into these weeds and see what you can come into, this brush and all that. And yeah, this is obviously a trail. Oh man, we've got some nice views. The trail goes off to the right. Oh, I'm getting so hot out here. It is a little warm today. It's about 90. Not super humid, so it's not unbearable, but... And here you can see, I mean, they did not clear cut this property. Some of it they logged harder than other parts, but overall this looks pretty good. This is, oh wow, look at those views. I never know if they show up on the little video camera. And again, if this were me, I'd probably take a chainsaw and take a couple hours if I were to build here, and I'd clean out 8 or 10 of those small trees, really open up that view. But you might not want to do that, so we'll leave it as it is, and you can make up your own mind. The trail obviously keeps going, but at some point, I just need to stop and get a look at this. Oop. I know my keys are in the ignition, okay. So there you can get an idea about the view. I don't know if I can zoom on this, I guess, but it looks kind of grainy. I mean, here we are, we're several hundred yards off of the county road, so this is super, super private. You could mow out this brush, and I mean, man, you could have your private estate back here, your hunting camp or whatnot. I'm looking down over the valley area to the other side, and I'll try to zoom in again. I can see what was definitely a landing, and that's what the loggers, it's a flat area that the loggers use to kind of limb the trees and load their trucks. So I can see a pretty big pile of limbs. What we've always done is wait until the winter time, preferably when there's even snow on the ground, and we'll light those piles up. And you give it about a day and they'll be gone. And with snow on the ground, there's basically zero chance of anything going wrong, which is good when you're playing with fire. It got cloudy, that's too bad, but I mean, wow, this is a better trail than I expected. My buddy had told me that he found a little trail, but he really didn't go into detail, and I drove right back here in a truck, but I could have done it just as easily in a car. So, not to repeat myself, but if you've been looking for a large property for any length of time, then you know how tough it is to find one that has its own county road frontage. This is not on an easement road, it's on a county maintained road. Electric is directly on the property. It's not nearby, it's not a mile away, it's directly on the property. Phone is going to be right at that county road. The last time I was out here, I had cell service. I think I had two 2 bars with AT&T. The guys have Verizon. They had cell service as well. Awesome location. I mean, Birch Tree is a small town, but it does have a good gas station / convenience store, and it's got a bank. And then you're just 10 minutes from there out of Mountain View, which has the Walmart and the lumber yard and all that good stuff, and restaurants and gas stations. And actually Mountain View, you're just a hair over an hour from Springfield if you go west. And if you go east on 60, I think you'll come to Poplar Bluff. I'm not sure how far that is. But you're maybe 3 hours, I guess, out of St. Louis. So even, I mean, a lot of our buyers come out of St. Louis because 3 hours for a 3-day weekend is not a big deal to come to your hunting camp or your cabin. And this is probably some of the cheapest quality land you'll find in the nation. Yes, you can get cheaper land in West Texas. Yes, you can get cheaper land in some places in Arizona. I mean, but as far as usable land, where you'd actually want to live, the Missouri Ozarks is kind of our little secret. Although more and more people are finding out about it. So really solid property. Come on out and explore this one. You'll have probably more fun if you bring a 4-wheeler, but you can sure come in a car or a truck. If you have any questions, let us know, but this is nicer than I expected, and it's a cloudy day, and this is still going to be an okay video. That's the acreage with county road frontage. Electric phone north of Birch Tree, Missouri, Shannon County. Did I mention we're close to about 50,000 acres of national forest? As well as a couple really nice rivers for fishing and canoeing and floating? Okay. Well, now I did, and I'm done.